Resolute Bliss Publishing presents Thursday Night Live with your hosts, B-Red, Rick,
What was that?
there you are.
What was that?
That's our awesome intro video.
Some crazy graphics going on, man. I like it. Keep jazzing it up. Keep us fresh and exciting and new.
Absolutely.
What are we going to do with
Man.
that narrator, though?
I don't know. That was big bucks. We spent a lot of money getting that guy to narrate.
Oh,
like I said,
wow. Can,
you know,
can
you
we
were-
not get like James Earl Jones or somebody like that, or Morgan Freeman?
Oh, Morgan Freeman, that would have been good. Almost as good as the guy from the Rich or the Housewives, the Rich and the Famous, or whatever it is.
Oh,
The
Robin
lifestyles. The
Robin
Rich-
Leach. Robin
Yeah.
Leach. You didn't
Yeah,
bust me on the James Earl Jones because he obviously passed. So
so guess what I'm watching during my lunch breaks?
yourself in the mirror? I don't know.
Coming to America 2, and he's in it.
That's a hard movie to watch.
Well, I mean, I only watch it for like 15 minutes, so it'll take me 2 weeks to watch it, but I'm working through it.
I liked number one, but number two was really bad. Hey, do you think we can use a voice synthesizer? Maybe we could use a James Earl Jones voice like there, and it'd be like Vader introducing us.
Yeah, I think that's great. I don't know if we can afford it after all that money we spent on the last guy, though, but we'll see.
No. Remember I bought the little Darth Vader box. I have the little thing. We can do
Oh,
this.
you have Darth Vader's voice box. Okay.
I have Darth Vader's voice, yes.
Nice. Yeah. I mean,
All right, so what's going on, B-Rad?
here we are, Thursday Night Live. In the
Thursday
house.
Night Live.
Yeah, we can start with me. So Moonblade Kickstarter, Moonblade number 1 on Kickstarter has 9 days left. So we're getting down to crunch time. Yeah. Man, I tell you what.
So here's the deal, guys, for anybody that's listening and it's involved. Independent comics work hard. We're always trying to promote and stuff like that. If you're interested, you got to give independence a shot. Back B-Rad's Moonblade. We obviously want to do well with it. So don't hesitate. Hit that click button and sign up for it.
And like I said, it's got some awesome covers. We're going to do a deep dive next week. But man, if you got time to check it out, please go check it out. It's a great, it's a good book. I mean, it's got great artists on it. Everything else is rolling right along. But yeah, got 9
I
days.
love how you just said that. It's got great artists on it. The writer must suck, but the artists are great.
That guy. And that guy did the lettering too. Oh, geez.
Oh my God. I tell everybody about my books. It's like, here's the deal. I feel like I get the best artists in the business to do it. I've got the best colors by far. I got one of the best letterers. I mean, he does covers for everybody else, but we have a crappy writer on my books. But hey, you make it through. So.
Yeah, maybe the writer's bad, but the letterer is awesome on mine. I'm not sure. Maybe the layout guy's good. I don't.
Probably so. Well,
That's
I will
right.
tell you, I'm actually very upset. I have a confession to make. I went back and I thought I made the change. I found a huge typo in Paradox, and it's actually like on the second page. Of course, it's already at print. It's being printed right now. I can't change it. And I thought it was fixed. So I guess bad things happen sometimes.
Does it say a dirty word?
No, it does not say a dirty word, but it does look like I do not know grammar rules at all. So,
Well, then I read a Marvel comic today, and I was like, what is this? And at first, I can't remember the character. I thought they were trying to do like an accent or something, but the character was just normal. So why is it all these abbreviations and it's reading like a chat room? I don't know what's going on, but yeah. So
are you sure you weren't in a chat room?
I'm positive it was a Marvel comic, and I'm like, I guess anything flies anymore. So,
well, speaking speaking of Marvel, let's talk a little news. Have
All
you
right.
heard the romance that is brewing again?
There's a romance.
There's a romance.
Well, I've heard of a couple romances, so I'm not
Ooh.
sure which one you're referring to.
If you're talking about the ones between you and fictional characters, I hope Kim's not listening, but good luck with
Oh,
that.
she's listening. Everybody's listening. We're live, buddy. I forgot to
Oh
tell you.
yeah. No, they've put I forgot, I think it's coming out in Spider-Man versus the Sinister 16 #1. They are brewing Thor and She-Hulk's romance again.
Oh,
So they are hooking up.
I thought you were talking about the Deadpool and Batman romance. That's where I
No,
were going.
no. I was going because Thor needs a special type of woman and She-Hulk needs a special type of man. So just
Huh.
because you brought up Marvel, I thought it was an interesting thing to bring up. So
Okay. Yeah. Very cool. Very cool. But yeah, that's what's been going on in my world. What about yours?
all right. So I just got today, and I know you've not seen these. If you want to throw my graphic up,
Boom.
gas pens are done.
Oh, that looks good.
I think they look beautiful. So I think they're about 2 inches in length. They just got finished. That was my prototype. I checked today. I got a bunch coming. I am really pushing Gasp. Actually, our guest today, we're going to be talking a little bit about Gasp, but I've got those pins. They're going to be retailer exclusives, and they're going to go actually to some other exclusive places. I got a ton of those. Got some Gasp hats that are actually printed. They're on their way as well. And of course, Gasp #1 is still going to hit the markets somewhere around October is the goal. We got issue 2 in the can now, working on issue 3. Once again, our special guest will be part of that issue 3. That issue 2 cover, of course, is the cover that was sitting in your house that caused your house to be haunted last week. So,
Yeah. Been trying to get them demons out ever since.
hey, that's good because I'm going to write an intro into the book that says this was in Brad's house and he was scared. That's why you want to read this book. So
Yeah.
I got that. And I actually have one other thing to share. I just got yesterday. Check this out, B-Rad. Throw this up there. We have action figures for Oz the Tin Man and action figures for brides.
That's pretty cool.
I think they're pretty cool. They're
Yeah.
overpriced. I paid way too much to have them made, but it was something I personally wanted. But they are articulate. You can move them. They look cool as crap. I'm going to do pre-orders on them, see how they go. And then I guess I'm going to be hunting down Eric, see if he can help me with this. But I like these. I think they look awesome.
Yeah, they look pretty cool. So I know that you source these locally, so that's also awesome.
It was that couple that we met last year out of Louisville, and oh my gosh, why am I drawing a blank of their names? But what is their name? But anyway, so it's expensive to do this process. People do not
Well, I would
understand.
imagine so.
This is not a cheap venture. It's not like doing Star Wars toys in the 70s or 80s. These are really cool. These are unique cards with the bubbles, and
Yeah.
they've got backs and everything else, but they are expensive to do. I'm going to, of course, it's the initial setup and stuff. I'm going to do pre-production. If we sell them, awesome. If we don't, you know what? I have 2 really cool figures, and I
Oh
love
yeah.
toys. So
Yeah.
I
Definitely.
love
Yeah.
toys. I'm fine with it. And then looking, like I said, for those that don't know, Eric is owner of the Four Horsemen. I'm going to be bugging him and making him help out a little bit. And of course, Eric is my artist for Paradox 1, 2, and 3. He did all the art for 2 and 3, and did probably half the art for #1. So
Very cool.
so those are my big personal news that I'm kind of excited about. Want to hop into a little pop culture real fast?
Do it.
All right. So you're a Judge Dredd fan.
Yeah, but it's hard to follow Judge Dredd now. Like, did you know? Have you heard this? Like, the comic shop has to order a certain number of the magazines, and it's a high number. They can't
It
just
is a
order like
high number. I
5
heard Bill
magazines.
talking about this.
Yeah, it's like 50 magazines or something they have to order. So yeah, it's a
Well,
little hard to stay up with it.
you know they're coming out with a Dread movie next year.
No, really.
Now I got good news and bad news.
Okay.
Okay. The good news is you are not in it.
Okay.
No, the good news is they're coming out with a sequel, which are they're coming out with a Dread movie. The bad news is it is not a sequel. They are redoing the whole thing over, calling it Judge Dredd. We'll see which way they go. And sometimes when you get a hold of something and you redo it all, it can go to crap really fast. Or
Yeah.
sometimes it can be like Superman that we just saw 2 weeks ago, and it's awesome. I'm a little skeptical. We'll kind of see what happens. So, but I know you're a Judge Dredd fan.
Oh
Thought
man, the
you
last one was so good.
well,
So
and that's
good.
the problem. It is not a sequel to that movie.
Right.
They thought that there wasn't enough people following it, so making a sequel would actually cause it to tank. That's why they're
Mm.
redoing the whole thing. So I thought the last one was really good too. So
In
I
that
thought
last
it was a
one,
good follow up.
I mean, if that's the way they do it, if they don't want to call that last one a sequel or what, they didn't give any back history. It was just like the judge shows up at the part or the whatever you want to call it, the building, and that was his day. You know what I mean? Like it was just a day in the life of a judge.
I think they should have followed up with the sequel off of that. I think it would have been
Yeah.
awesome. I get why they don't because I guess so many people out there would be like, "What is this? I don't understand." But
Yeah, and I know they didn't heavily advertise that movie either when it was in theaters. It did so much better once it left theaters, which is not what they want. So,
well, and the irony is, I didn't even realize it had hit theaters. So you had
oh,
told me originally, and
right,
it's like, "What are you talking about?" So I didn't even know.
it slipped by, but yeah, it was phenomenal. I really liked it.
All
I
right,
did.
there's a debut tonight. Speaking of pop culture,
Uh
keeping us
oh,
going down that road.
what are we debuting?
Not me. I'm not debuting anything.
Oh,
You getting on your TV tonight?
uh, no. What's being debuted on the TV?
Death: The High Cost of Living comes out tonight.
Really?
Yeah, so the Sandman series ends on
Yep.
Netflix.
Yep.
The last episode dropped. I think they're doing some kind of extra bonus stuff. If you get online, you can watch it. But the Death: High Cost of Living is supposed to debut. I say tonight. I assume it's tonight. I don't think it's debuted yet on Netflix. I plan on checking it out. Obviously, I've always been a
Yeah.
Death fan, and I talked to Chris Bakula,
Yep.
who basically created and is what made Death, and he is working on an Oz cover for me right
Yeah.
now as we speak. Oz, the Nightmare in Emerald. So we actually switched it. He was going to do a Paradox cover for me. He and I had a long conversation about this actually yesterday. And I said, Chris, I actually would rather you go the other route. Let's do Oz. And he's like, he seemed to be really into it and sent him a bunch of stuff yesterday. And he's going through things and looking at it. But just kind of as a nice tie-in, Death: High Cost of Living debuts tonight. And Chris is working on something for Oz for me.
So it's the same death from the Sandman Netflix show.
The Netflix, yes, same.
Yeah.
It's supposed to
Yeah.
be, yes, as far as I know.
I don't have Netflix right now. There was something else coming. Oh, Stranger Things 5 on Netflix. So I'll
Now,
probably
how
have to give
old are
that
those kids at this time? Are they in their 30s yet?
one. Yeah, they're 30.
Because I watch Millie Brown in movies all the time, and she's looking like she's almost 30 at this point.
Yeah, they are getting older. But yeah, there's a 5 coming out. So,
So,
hey, go ahead.
well, I was going to say, you remember the old movie Grease, and I remember seeing that as a kid in the theater. And it's funny, you're watching about these high school kids, and then you had most of them were in their 30s. I
Oh,
think
yeah.
Stockard Channing was 40 years old playing a senior in high school. It's like, come on. But somehow we bought into it. I'm not sure how. I guess we looked at Sandy and thought, hey, I guess all high school senior girls look like that. I don't know. And John
Yeah.
Travolta, we can all sing like him and dance like him. I don't know. We let it slide
Absolutely.
by.
Yeah, that's true. So yeah, I mean, I think it's going to do well. So yeah, definitely. Speaking of doing well, the numbers are in. Superman versus the Fantastic Four. Either way, it's a win because they were both very good movies in their own right. Um, so
You're keeping me hanging.
yeah,
I'm still hanging.
Superman took it.
All
So
right.
the numbers were very, very, very close. 220 million versus 218 million.
Of course, Superman has a whole week on Fantastic Four.
And this is global numbers. Well, this is just opening weekend. This is not total up to it. This is just
Okay.
the opening weekend.
I got you. Okay.
Yeah, they could, you're right. Fantastic Four could continue on strong and beat out Superman in the end. Yeah, no
Hey,
doubt.
Brad, I just got a message on my phone, a text message,
Yeah.
and it's from Homeland Security wanting to contact Rocky Allen Hedrick about some comments he's making. Something to do with 21 Jump Street and him being the 40-year-old creeper at school. I don't know what's going on, but no, I like both movies in their own right. I love Superman. Didn't expect anything from Superman. I actually hate Superman and Guy Gardner, as you know. So, but I thought Fantastic Four was awesome, and it pulled it off almost every way. So
yeah, no, I think Brooks right. Superman was definitely better, but I would have felt bad taking the kids in there and watching Lex blow some dude's head off. So there is that one, and I think both of them when we went, there was kids in the audience, but there was a lot more kids at Fantastic Four, which is probably the way it should be, for sure. But yeah, Superman was probably the better movie for adults. Yeah,
I agree.
James Gunn, so it's going to be geared
You
towards
expect
adults.
it. Yeah. I love Creature Commandos, so well done.
So what's the word with that? He's not writing the second season, but he's going to have a writer's room, I guess.
Yeah,
so I guess he's still involved. He'll see it, but yeah, he's not writing it himself.
I think he's overseeing it, yes, and everybody's contributing to it, so it's a group effort, if you will.
Yeah. So that should still be good.
I still think it'll be awesome. Hey, a couple more quick things before we get to our guest and do a little more wrap up about Moonblade. Do you ever watch Dexter?
Not the new one. I watched the original one.
The new one's awesome.
Is that on Netflix too? Is that what you're getting ready to tell me?
No, that's on Paramount. It's on Paramount.
Oh, I definitely don't have that one. Does anybody have Paramount? You have Paramount?
Everybody has Paramount. That's where Showtime is.
Has Paramount.
That's where you get all the Star Trek stuff in. Dexter's really, really good. The new one with the Resurrection, awesome show. I'm really digging it. They're on episode 3. Definitely, if you like serial killers, and we're now having. And if you are a fan of,
do you like serial killers?
I do. I kill my cereal every morning. All right. Look, the new Dexter is so good. Jeremy agrees with me.
Yeah, he agrees.
And if you're a Lannister fan, we found out who Leon was this week. Leon is Peter Dinklage, which is one of my favorite actors in the world. He has the best scene in the movie Elf. And, of course, he played the Tyrion Lannister in Game of Thrones. I love seeing that guy act anyway. So it's serial killers meeting serial killers. This is a pretty awesome season.
So I want to ask you, but I don't want the answer. But the thing that when I watched this show is what I want to know is, when the old season ended, he had left his kids and he had went like up into Oregon into a logging camp or something.
Yes.
So I'm curious how you get sucked back in after doing that and like what's going on.
Well, I mean, the quick down and dirty version.
Don't tell me. I want to watch it. Don't give anybody spoilers, but that's what I'm most curious about.
Well, it is funny how they bring him back and stuff like that.
Yeah, because it was kind of a weird ending to, I definitely felt like season 1 of the original was the strongest.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. But I'm just a huge Dexter fan. All right. I do have another piece of information.
Roll it.
I'm a huge fan. And if you read Paradox is actually based off of some of this. The 3rd season of Interview with the Vampire has now been named and cast.
All right. I didn't know there was a 1st and 2nd season.
It's on AMC, which is doing Walking Dead, of course. I've been watching it. I'm a huge Interview with the Vampire fan. Yeah. I've always been a huge Interview with the Vampire fan. They are calling it, thank goodness, if you're an Interview with the Vampire fan, Vampire Lestat. So Vampire Lestat is, and he is going in concert and on tour. If you've read the books, you understand why this is so important. I've seen what Jeremy said. It is New Blood. New Blood is in between the Dexter. He is right.
There's more Dexter?
You have Dexter. It shows Dexter when he was young before he became Dexter.
Oh.
And then they had the Dexter that we all watched in the beginning. And then when he went off to Oregon and now Resurrection, but I don't know. So it is New Blood, Resurrection, and Origin or True Beginning or something. I don't know. And then, of course, Dexter.
Okay.
But anyway, so Interview with the Vampire is switching to Vampire Lestat. So all us Interview fans, Anne Rice fans are pretty excited about that. It's on AMC. It's been announced. It's official now. Vampire Lestat is probably one of my favorite books in that whole series. I'm not a huge fan of everything they did with Louis and how they changed Louis, but overall it is a pretty awesome series to watch. And AMC is good about picking up things like Walking Dead, Interview with the Vampire, and
So who
trying to do a
carries
good job with them.
what streaming service carries AMC?
I just have AMC. Come on, man.
Jeez. Okay.
What's wrong with you?
God, I don't know.
You,
I'm kind
you
of
don't
a
have
reader.
Paramount. You don't have AMC.
I kinda
Can you
read a
spell
lot.
AMC?
Yeah. No, that's awesome. Speaking of reading, what'd you read this week that you liked?
Tell me what you read first. I'm gonna throw mine up. I'm gonna go ahead and pull it.
Well, I have to confess something. I was
Don't
on
confess.
the Comics Exchange podcast, right?
Yep.
And they were asking me what I'm looking forward to, and I told a book Cal Exit I was looking forward to. And I said, you never know with these books, they could go one way or the other way. And I almost stopped reading it, but then I continued reading it. It might be an okay story. I am still hung out to dry on Cal Exit. I don't know. It's different, is all I can say. It's definitely caught me in the middle. So what I did read this week that I enjoyed, yeah. He doesn't know what we're doing. He's never been on the show.
Hey, I know. I started to say he's been on our show. He knows. Yet he's calling right now. Hey, I want to talk to you. Let's talk about art and stuff like
Wait
that.
your turn. You can come back on later when you do better art.
Hey, we're on a live stream right now, Les. You know that. I'll call you back in a little bit. See you, man.
Come on, Les. He's got a lot of words to say.
Don't be cussing. You're live now. Everybody can hear you.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
I said don't cuss. The first words out of his mouth. Oh shit.
The exact words are the opposite of what you say. Yeah. No doubt.
I don't think he listened to me.
You think?
Was that?
Yeah.
So do you have the trailer done?
I just sent you a Dropbox link to it.
We're going to have an exclusive tonight. All right.
All right.
I'll call you back in a few minutes.
Anyway, I can't recommend or unrecommend Cal Exit at this point, but what I can definitely recommend is Red Sonja Noir. It is a lot better. Most Red Sonja books I read, and I'm like, I probably shouldn't suggest this book to anybody else because I'm a Red Sonja fan, but this one is really good. It's a standalone story. It's done well, and they used an artist that I don't think they've used on interiors before, and I can't pronounce his name, Edu Mina, and it is fabulous. It's some of the best Red Sonja interiors I've seen in a while. So yeah, it's a standalone, and it's good. They're not using him in the Reborn series coming up. He just did this standalone. But yeah, the book is really good from the story and the art perspective. It makes me feel better about buying some of the other ones that weren't so top notch.
So definitely, should I read it? Is what you're saying?
Yeah, absolutely. This is a good one. Yep.
All right. So throw the graphic of mine up there. Our guest last week, Adam Klein.
Yep.
He had a sketch cover on his table of the Batman Long Halloween. I had not read. They're on issue 8. I had not read any of these, by the way.
I haven't read any of it either.
I didn't even know they were out until I saw it on his booth. So I picked it up last week when we were talking to him because remember I kept giving him a hard time. I was like, "You say you don't do horror, yet nothing but horror is on there." This book is awesome. I've got to go back and get things. Yeah, I've got to go back and get the other issues. I like the writer. I can't remember her name. I feel like she really is building up and stuff like that. It's really awesome. It's really good. And I hate that I've missed the first 7 issues, but I'm going to go back and go through some back issues and try to pick it up. I'm pretty excited about it.
Good.
So there's mine. All right. Can we do an exclusive before we introduce our guests?
If you can make it work, yeah.
I don't know if I can, but this is an exclusive that I have not seen. So we're going to be interested if this plays out. So give me 1 second. There we go. All right. I do not know what this looks like. I have not seen it. Les and I've talked a lot about it. He was pretty excited, which is why he was calling me during the show. So this is going to be for Gasp. That's coming out soon. Does everybody see it?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. I've not seen this. This is our trailer for it. That's scary.
It's pretty good.
I'm liking it. Pretty excited. Okay. Oh, there we go. A little Resolute Bliss logo. Awesome. So what do I tell Les? Do we give him a thumbs up?
Oh, sure. He's your artist. You put your thumbs wherever you want to put them.
Oh, my God. This is a family-friendly show. This is the Fantastic Four.
I think you should have to make your own trailer like I did. I think that's cheating.
Do what?
I think you should have to make your own trailer like me.
That's rude. All right. So I think it's pretty awesome. Pretty happy.
Oh, good. If you're happy.
All right. So here's the deal.
When you share stuff like that, you got to share media, not screen. When you share screen, we can't hear the volume.
Could you not hear it at all?
I mean, just a little bitty bit. So
you should have told me because I thought that what really made it. So, all right. Sorry about that.
Hey, no problem.
All right. So let's introduce our James. No, James, you scare small children. We know this. Anyway, so I want to introduce our guest. We have a special guest with us tonight. I want to say how we met this guy.
Okay.
I don't know. There was obviously Brad and I go to lots of different shows and stuff like that. And we're always talking and meeting people. And of course, we're usually pretty busy because we're trying to get crap done. I mean, that's just as simple as it is. And we're either trying to talk to people about I also have that effect on women. Yes, he does scare women. We are talking about James' comment again. I can vouch for him because I was the closest in age of him and grew up with him. The women.
I don't know. Sometimes at these cons, I see girls taking pictures with him, so I don't know.
Are they girls?
They're close enough for him, man. Works close enough for him. He's good with it.
I think I'm good with it. And for so many people, if you catch us on the road, we'll give you the backstory of why we set that up and made a comment. But anyway, so we obviously, Brad and I go to a lot of cons and we try to lay groundwork. And I'm the bigger talker of the group, of course. Everybody probably gets tired of me talking all the time. But we went to one con and we kept walking by this one guy. And he was annoying as hell. And he would say, "Hey, do you read? Do you read?" And I went,
"Do you like to read? Not intend you."
Oh, do you like to read? Okay,
do you like to read? And it's perfect.
Obviously, I can't remember the exact words. He's like, "Do you like to read? Do you like to read?" And I finally walked by him one day and said, "No, I don't. I'm at a comic show. I don't like to read." And he went, "Okay." He was good with it. He was good with my answer. The thing is, I got to talking to this guy a little bit more, and I actually started doing some research on his bio and stuff like that, and looking at some of the stuff he did. Actually, one day when he was talking to some of his fans that were looking at his books, I sat there and read a couple pages of his book. His name is Alfred and if I say it wrong, correct me, Muller, and throw him on up there. Super, super nice guy. This guy, I think, works really hard. Digging his stuff. I dig it so much that I've asked Alfred if he would write a story for Gasp. And we just saw a Gasp trailer and Gasp pins. And as you know, we're trying to push Gasp pretty hard. But anyway, Alfred, that's how we came across and met Alfred. And we ran into him a couple weeks ago at Fanboy. And the first thing I said to him was like, I still don't like reading. And so we invited him on the show, and Alfred was gracious enough to accept because he really doesn't know what he's getting into with you and I. And now that James is on there as well, got the triple threat. And after this, I'm quite sure Alfred will need a little bit of therapy. So Alfred, welcome to the show. Tell us a little bit about yourself and your books. And if you want to, Brad, throw up, there you go.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks for having me on, guys. Talking to the different people at that show, I think it was Fanboy last year was where we met, and getting to see you again this year was awesome.
I was thinking it was Kingsport is where we met.
Was it Kingsport? I was there too, so it's possible.
I think it was Kingsport because the only comic people they had one comic book guy there, or maybe two, because Brad and I talk about this all the time. And of course, the Perlman line for Hellboy was out the door and down the sidewalk. So,
oh, that's right. Yeah, that was crazy to see all of them there too, and the line that he had. But so I write urban fantasy, and this is my main series right here, from left to right: the blue cover, then the yellow, and then the purple. The Water Crystal, Deal with the Devil, then Rise of Azrael Kaimana, and Evil and Men is the third one. Book 4 will be out next year, and that will complete this leg of the series. Basically, main character dies in a barn fire. When he wakes up, the man in the dark offers him a deal. It's only after he accepts the deal does he realize he is actually the cause of a supernatural war. So it's urban fantasy mixed with a little touch of horror. I don't write to scare, but there are those elements because of the context that I write in. I also have a few other series that I write, a middle grade fiction that that I have one book out in now, and then a couple of short stories, which are like samples of my writing. Just there's scenes that are stuck in my head that I can't not write, so I write them out, and they end up being a little bit longer than they are. So I publish them as short stories.
Cool. Yeah, I get scenes in my head that I can't get out. It's usually of one of my two cousins, and it's usually ruin me, especially the other one that's not on, but he's like watching the show. There's just so many things I can't even begin to discuss because this is a family-friendly show. But so, hey, listen, you're writing a story for Gasp. Tell me a little bit about your story. I've read it. We're moving forward with it. Give us a little bit about it because I'm wanting to promote Gasp a little bit tonight. Did we lose? There he is.
Oh, let me get him back up there.
Is he angry?
I don't know. Are you back?
Sorry about that.
Yeah.
So I was saying, if you could tell us a little bit, I've asked you to write, because I'm promoting Gasp tonight. Brad's promoting Moonblade. Once again, please do not forget to register for Moonblade. Sign up on Kickstarter. But we're going to be promoting Gasp later on. So curious, you've already written a story. You want to tell us a little bit about it?
I was bad with warned you I was bad with technology.
I'm sorry, James comments on the side.
So I can't hear you guys.
Can you hear us?
No, he can't hear us.
That's not good. So we'll talk in a second. He'll come back on and we'll be good. So, Brad, how are you feeling about Moonblade right now?
I'm pretty pumped, man. I mean, this is the first issue.
I can't hear anything.
No, you still can't hear it. Hey, if you try to leave Alfred back completely out and then come back in, sometimes that'll help.
You may need to send him a sign.
Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Shoot.
Shoot.
Let me send him a message here.
Here, I'll send him a message real fast. Tell us a little bit about Moonblade while I'm talking.
Yeah, so it's the first. So this is the first issue. That's obviously why I'm so pumped. Great artists have. I mean, the help I've gotten from Jimmy Palmiotti. I mean, he's the mayor of comics, and he was nice enough to do a cover. Got some beautiful cover from Gus Mock. Sam Payne knocked out a cover. He's local to Tennessee. He's in Middle Tennessee. A
That's
lot
a
of people
sexy
have
cover.
commented. Yeah, a lot of people seem to like it. Yeah, it's I'm stoked about it. And what Raj and Harry did on the inside art is amazing. Those guys, those guys together were just able to see my vision, and then they were able to make it live. And yeah, it's been awesome from the support. Yeah, Jeremy's like, why are you guys trying to talk to? Why are you guys trying to talk to the guy who can't hear? I don't know. I don't know. Let's
I
see.
think he logged back in. I think he can hear us. So,
All right,
are you
can you
with
hear
us,
us
Alfred?
now?
All right, I'm back.
Listen,
Yay!
I didn't mean to anger you, so I apologize. So, what I was
No.
asking you, just so everybody else heard, but you didn't, I'm promoting Gasp a little bit. It's coming out. You've done a short story. You want to tell us a little bit about the story, your vision about it, and where it's going, and get us a little excited for the story as we have an artist start working on it?
Yeah. So, like I said, we met again this at Fanboy, and you were like, "All right, give me a story." And I was like, "I don't know if I can give you a story that fast." You were like, "I need a story that fast." I was like, "All right, I will give you a story that fast." So, basic premise: uh, I've been watching a lot of the,
Uh-oh.
I
and
think we're losing him.
that is the kind of thing that creeps me out. Can you still hear me?
Yeah, you were going in and out. I don't know if you're
Yeah.
playing with your bandwidth and you're downloading some big games or some things that your wife
Somebody playing
need to know
Marvel
about.
Rivals over there, and then you turn that off.
It might be. Uh, so I've been watching a lot of astronomy stuff recently, and that has really inspired some of the work I've been doing, and it inspired the short story for the comic book. Basically, that type of stuff freaks me out when you start thinking about how vast space is and how uh, empty it is, and what else could be out there. So I had an idea of what if someone was abducted. What would that really look like if we took the idea of an advanced civilization and what they would do outside of like the regular stuff you hear from kooks who say they have been abducted. So basically, a guy is running through his house trying to escape this serial killer, and what it actually ends up being is it's not a serial killer. It's an alien that is just poking around in his brain trying to figure out how humans work. Um,
Oh,
and a
that's
little bit of
cool.
thank you. Little
Yeah.
spoilery, but it's just a basic premise, very simple. It's kind of how a lot of my short stories start, is just simple idea, and then I just kind of play with it and see how people would react in those situations.
Well, we're
No, that's
excited to
cool.
run it. Can't wait to get it
Yeah.
out there. So, like I said, I'm sending it off. It'll be hopefully drawn or finished here very soon. I'll start sending you the pages to check out. So, super excited about that. Tell us about your
Yes.
fourth book in your series.
Yeah, so uh, book four will be the culmination of the original story I planned out. When I was first starting out writing, I had a little spiral notebook that I wrote in. I wrote the entire story in that spiral notebook and still had pages left over. But that story has grown into a 4-book saga because characters have grown, developed, the story itself has advanced as I've gotten older, and my skill as a writer has gotten better. So book four will be the culmination of the story and the last part of the story that I wrote in that spiral notebook. And so basically, it's the showdown with the Man in the Dark. How he finally gets to either de- handle that deal, or maybe he doesn't. We'll see.
Awesome.
Very cool.
Awesome. All right. Another question for you. Something Brad and I notice a lot at shows. You see, people selling candles, you see people selling dolls, you see artists all over the place. You don't see a lot of writers, and it's tough. So I give you huge kudos because I've seen you. We've talked probably 3, 4, 5 shows. That's a lot of shows for a writer to be at. Okay. It really is. It's just a simple fact that writers, most people don't care about writers as much as they do the pretty pictures. That's just how it is. Um, and so I'm curious, what is your driving force and what's your strategy about that? Because once again, writers, it's a harder, you're paying a lot of money, you go to shows, you're trying to build your name, you're trying to build your brand, you're trying to get people involved. But it's a little discouraging sometimes as a writer because they've got to really get pulled in, which is why you do what you do. And it's like, hey, do you like to read? I mean, I give you huge kudos for that. But tell me a little bit about, because that's where Brad and I mean, we're publishers too, but we're writers as well, and we try to create. But the thing is, it's tough being a writer at shows. So how does that feel? How do you work through it? How do you try to manage your cost? Tell us a little bit about that. That's a big struggle.
Yeah, so I do about 15 shows a year. I try and do at least one a month, and then I end up having a few months where there's two shows. Like next month, I'll be going to two different shows. Last month, I did two shows. So basically, I try and aim for shows that I know will have my audience, because you'll be surprised. There are readers mixed in the crowd, and as an avid reader myself, when I go to places, that's what I look for. I look for books. I want to see who's there. I want to talk to the author. Now, the group or the percentage of people are much smaller than, say, interest in comic books or just pop culture in general. So you do have to really have thick skin and be willing to deal with rejection a lot, which high school helped me with. So,
That's what Brad and James says.
So it's just being willing to talk to people as much as possible, talking to the same person multiple times, no matter if you remember or not. So there's that. And then, like I said, I try and aim for shows that have my audience. So, like with Smoky Mountain, they had a Disney Channel movie, Halloween Town, which was big when I was growing up. And of course, they had Ron Perlman, who was Hellboy. Both of those really lent towards my genre. And I found a bunch of readers there that really wanted to read my stuff because I deal with angels and demons and the war between heaven and hell and all of that type of stuff. So Hellboy fit perfectly with that and the themes of Halloween. So that's one thing, is aiming for the right convention. Additionally, when we met, I was sharing a booth. Last convention we saw each other at, I was sharing a booth with a couple other author friends of mine, which really helps cut down on costs. We share a hotel, we share the booth fee, so it takes what could be a $2,000 event and knocks it down to like $400, which is much more feasible. After that, I'm still new at this. I've been doing conventions. This will be my third year. So basically, it's trying to find that happy medium, because you still got to order books and replenish the ones you sell. You still have to pay for gas and food and all that stuff. So I have started to come out ahead now in my third year of doing this. Not by a whole lot, but it's something. And it's just finding those ways again, finding conventions that are close to home, so you don't have to have a hotel. Share if a friend lives nearby, rooming with them for the weekend, or sharing hotel space. And then it is something right now that I enjoy doing because I am a big nerd geek at heart. I love all of that stuff. So going to the conventions, even if I have a mediocre convention, I get to enjoy the con for whatever. I mean, I'm making money there, but I also get to enjoy the convention. So if I even come out a little bit ahead, then I didn't have to pay for a badge and I got in free, which is cool. So there is that. And then at the moment, my online sales are hit or miss. It's much easier when I can pitch to somebody in person, because I'm not just selling my book, I'm selling myself. I'm selling the author, which is an easier sell for me than just posting my book online and hoping someone likes the cover.
Awesome. So, hey, where do you live? Where are you out of? Where are you based?
I'm in Tennessee, in a small little town between Knoxville and Chattanooga.
Wait a minute, where?
Pikeville.
Hey, yeah. James, are you still on there?
No, that's not super close to James, but it is. I mean, it's closer to him than it is us.
Yeah. I don't know that I realized that. I guess I never asked you. We just see you at all the shows. I should have made the assumption. So do you have a metric that you consider it a successful weekend for you at a show? See, artists.
Yeah.
So we'll talk. So Brad and I'll talk all the time. It's like, you know what? If we could draw pretty pictures, we know that we can cover our booth fee like that and come out ahead, just because that's how that works. As writers, we have to look at it a little bit differently. It's like, how many people did we, for us, how many people did we sign up on the website? How many people did we get on Kickstarter? Then we also do have how many sales did we have, which is important, but it's really trying to make a connection and building that brand for us. And even though this goes back to our Dark Vision days, which has actually been around for 30 years, Resolute Bliss is more of a newer entity and stuff like that we're doing together. So it's a lot different. So we have those as our metrics. What do you consider a successful weekend?
So it started off when I first started. I just wanted to sell one book. If I could get one new reader, that was all. That's what I considered a successful weekend.
Yep.
Now, as I enter my getting ready to enter my fourth year, I say it's just I'm looking for to talk money value, like $600 to $1,000 is kind of my successful weekend, and I know that's a huge gap at the moment, but that is kind of what I hope to hit. Now, that does get skewed depending on how much cost I put into it. For example, I went to SuperCon down in Miami, Florida last weekend, or the weekend before. And it was the second most I have sold at any show. But the cost was so high that I actually came out in the negative. So while I sold the second most, I don't consider that a successful con. Also, like you said, trying to sell to people at that specific con was the hardest I've ever had to sell. I don't know if it just wasn't a reader base, and it wasn't like a specific Comic-Con show or a book show. It was just an expo. It was just all types of pop culture. So I don't know if the fan base down there was just not a book reading fan base. So very hard sell, plus not making cost back. So that, even though I made the money I'd expect, was not a successful con in my mind. But normally, that type of money is 20 to 30 books, and that's 20 to 30 new readers that I have, which is great.
That is awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah.
Cool. All right. So what else can you tell us about you? What else do we need to know? What else would get us excited? What gets people want to look your book up?
So for me, I'm very like I said with the short story, the comic story I wrote for you. I'm character driven. I don't believe there is anything new that you can put under the sun. You guys were talking earlier about the remakes of Superman, the remakes of Judge Dredd, the remakes of the Fantastic Four. No one wants to create new property, and for the most part, I mean, I write about a deal with the devil. That's not new at all. That is probably the oldest fantasy story you can come up with. But the characters that I came up with are unique. They are different than other characters you read because it has my life experiences. No one has your life experiences. No one has Brad's life experiences. That's when, as writers, when we put that into our character, that's what makes it unique. The story could be the same old story you've always read or listened to or watched, but when new characters are involved, it gives it a new flavor, a new feel. So for me, my characters are super unique. I write for depth, and I write for powerful moments, not the one-liners or anything like that. I write for epic scenes that you can really follow along through the story, and when that payoff happens, you're like jumping up and down in your chair or in your living room because, yes, this is what I've been waiting for. Outside of that, I hated reading. I hated all of that when I was younger. So I've had people come up to me and say, I hate to read. I don't like to read. When you were like, I don't read, I was like, I get it. Trust me. I was there. I could not stand it.
I really do read, by the way, for anybody that's listening.
Yeah. After talking, we got, yeah. But so I get where that comes from. And I picked up a book, and for the younger listeners, it was Percy Jackson. And I was young when I picked it up. I was in my senior year of high school, picked it up, and I fell in love with reading. And the ability to take somebody out of whatever they're dealing with in their regular life, even if they're not dealing with anything and they just want to escape reality, and they can jump into a story and get lost in it, that is why I write. That's one of my favorite things. If I can impact one person where they were like, I was going through some stuff and this book just took me out of reality, and I got to escape for 15, 20 minutes, whatever it is, a weekend, and I got to enjoy a story that I'd never heard before, and I could not have to deal with whatever I was dealing with. That's why I write. That's what made me fall in love with reading, and that's me. I want to put good stories out there that people can relate to and enjoy without having to worry about everyday life getting in the way.
I want to resonate something that you're basically saying. You talk about new ideas and things like that. I was at a panel years ago. This is 25 years ago at Dragon Con. And I can't remember if it was John Byrne, Peter David, or whoever. And they said, hey, here's the deal. First of all, if you think you came up with a new idea, you didn't. It's already been done. Like I said, I can't remember who was actually leading this panel. And they said, but how you deliver that idea can be very new. Or even if it's not new, it can be different and it can offer a different perspective. It's the whole reason why I did Paradox, my storyline. Paradox, who a lot of people try to say it's like Sandman, it's really like Interview with the Vampire. It's my take on Interview with the Vampire. And if you read the story, you realize that we're talking about the building of the vampire race, not anything to do with the Sandman stories and things like that. It just happens to wear similar clothes, but everybody just immediately made that relation. But my point is, if you read the story and Brad knows this, the story is very personal to me. It's based on things that happened to me, thoughts that I had, how I looked and viewed at things. So it is the perspective that you can put on characters that make it drastically different. So I'm with you 100%. And also, I'm the same way as you are, which is actually why my book, I nominated this week, the Batman Halloween book. I feel like the writer's really building. And I love that. I don't care about the one-liners. I don't care about the immediate sensation of it. I want the build. And actually, people that read my stuff, that's the biggest beef they have is like, oh my God, I had to read and get through a bunch of stuff before I got to where you were. I was like, yeah. And so mine's like taking a book and putting it into a comic book. I get that. But I loved comics as a kid because I loved escape. And you talked about Percy Jackson. The first book I ever read was Wizard of Oz as a kid, which is why I'm doing Wizard of Oz as one of my comics as a horror version. The second book I ever read was Glinda of Oz, which was drastically different of Wizard of Oz, and it's the dark version of it. And it's like, man, this is awesome. And I was able to escape because I was the geek reader kind of guy. And then all of a sudden I got a little older, got into sports and discovered girls, and it changes how we are sometimes. But I guess what I'm trying to say, I'm just echoing what you're saying. It's like, I get it. You and I are very similar in that. I'm okay with the build, which is why, once again, I recommended Batman. I want it to build. Comic books are meant to be fun. I know you write books. It's why I was happy, though, to get you writing a comic, because I think it'd be fun for you. It gets something else that you get to talk about. Well, maybe you talk about us, too, and that's a great thing. So I get it. I'm really excited that you've done a story, and I appreciate that. So,
yeah,
I
life
appreciate
story.
it.
Yeah, definitely. That's why I have a Korean tiger for that one time I wrestled one. My life experiences.
was that when you were oiled up and naked?
That was just for lunch.
Is that why you ran off to that place in South America that one time?
Maybe. Korea's the other way, but yeah.
Oh, I didn't know where you went. You can take pictures. Nobody knows. We can Photoshop things all day long.
Yeah. That's awesome. All right. So we know we can buy your books at cons when you're there. What's next cons do you have lined up?
So I am going, actually, Saturday and Sunday of this week. I will be at FarleyCon in Oak Ridge, Tennessee. It's a Comic Con.
Wait. Chattanooga.
Yes, in Chattanooga.
Yes, it's close to Chattanooga. It's
Camp Jordan Arena.
Yes, Camp Jordan. Yes, so yeah, it'll be at Camp Jordan. It is still a very small convention, relatively, but the guy who runs it, Rocky Spurlock, is great. He wants it to grow. He's making great connections with the celebrities that he brings in. He's got amazing comic artists that are there. And if you're fans of wrestling, he's got a bunch of wrestlers that always show up. It's a fun show. I do it because it's close by, and I really enjoy that con. So I'll be there. next weekend, this coming weekend, and then I have a be at Smoky Mountain in September. That is the second weekend in September, and then I'll be at TLC Con back in Kingsport, Tennessee, the weekend after that.
Okay, so I didn't realize there was a second one in Kingsport. Okay,
I didn't either.
It's just a reader. It's just it's a brand new book convention, strictly books.
Okay.
And then the final two for the year is CreepyCon. No, Nightmare Weekend. I'm sorry, Nightmare Weekend in Richmond, Virginia. I'll be there, and this is Brandon Sanderson, very big author at the moment. He has a convention in Utah that I'll be going to in December, and that'll
Wow,
finish
that's
out my
far
year.
away.
Cool. Yeah, that's a haul.
Yeah,
Very-
yeah.
That
It's-
the Farley Con that you're going to be at this weekend, Larry Hama will be there, which is really cool.
Yes.
We love
And
Larry.
I had seen on their docket that Jim Shooter was supposed to be there, which
I
would have
believe-
been huge. You know, not
Yeah.
now, but yeah, that would have been huge. I've got a thing here. Another place people can find your books is on the Amazon.
The Amazon.
The Amazon.
The Amazon.
Yeah. So,
Yep.
and I guess we were seeing some older books there too. The Halloween story.
So that's actually a brand new short story I just put out.
Okay, that's one of the short stories. Okay,
Mhm.
very cool, very cool. But yeah, it looks like it's available on Kindle, a hardcover, any of the audio books. So that's really cool. That's
For
really
the for the listeners who know who Donnie and Marie Osmond are, their nephew Eric Osmond actually narrated my book. So he's awesome.
Cool.
He inherited his uncle and his dad's talents too. Like he's very good.
Brad, he's got the Osmonds narrating his book. I've got you doing our intro. What is going on here? Why can't we get an Osmond? A Jackson? Somebody. Latoya? Somebody.
I just went straight to the top, brother. I went to the top.
On top of what? I mean, Alfred I felt like he called us out. Hey, your intros were so good. By the way, Donnie and Marie's nephew is narrating my book. I mean, I think it was almost like a hit to us.
That's good. That's good. What's this right here?
So that is my middle grade fiction. That is Dream Tale. So speaking of meeting people at conventions, they always think that he looks like Charlie from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. That was a complete coincidence.
Yeah.
But it's my middle grade fiction. My main character, his name is Jax Codex, and he travels dreams trying to save other children from these dark creatures called scribbles that are trying to zap their hope.
Oh. All right. Very cool. Very cool. Yeah. I like that big picture you put there, Rick. That's a big.
Yeah. Sorry.
Do the best I can, man.
Yeah.
No, that's very cool. All right. So we got you on Amazon. We got you at conventions, and you've still got a pretty big list of conventions for the rest of the year. So that's awesome.
Yep, 5 more, and then finally I can break.
Oh, wait a minute. You brought that up. So I'm going to tell why I brought that up.
You wrote that? I didn't know you wrote Wonder Woman, Alfred. That's awesome.
No, I wrote it.
You wrote it.
No. Hey, just as a shout out, I was going to wrap the show up with this, but this is what won the Eisner Award for Best Comic Series this year.
Yeah.
Very
Do you
cool.
agree with that?
I haven't read it. I want to read it now.
Really? So I'm trying to think of what number I jumped off of it at.
So you didn't like it?
Dude, when it comes to remaking superheroes, especially beautiful heroines, yeah, I don't like sometimes what they do. Do I think that they messed up? Maybe I shouldn't use that word. The story is good. The story's good. Do I like how they redesigned Wonder Woman? And I can't tell you what they did to Wonder Woman because it is definitely a spoiler. But no, I didn't like that part at all. But the story itself is good. Didn't like, I'm trying not to give any spoilers if you hadn't read it because it's a totally different take. It's an absolute world. And the story's good, but what they did to Wonder Woman, no, I don't. But that could just me being an old curmudgeon. I like my Linda Carter Wonder Woman. That doesn't look
You
like
and
that.
Rocky need to stop going back to school at 40. Well, anyway, it won the Eisner Award for the best comic, and then
Yeah.
as a extra little piece, the best miniseries for the year was.
Now this was good. Yeah, I did read that. Yeah, I did like it.
So those are the two big Eisner Award winners over the weekend at San Diego Con that was announced. So Wonder Woman Absolute and Zatanna for best miniseries. So always like to promote what's going on outside the world. And I've actually not read either one of those. I'm going to go back and read them. And actually, because they were both DC titles, I thought it would be fun to bring up a DC trivia question. You ready?
How much did they pay to win both awards?
No, I read this the other day and I did not realize this. Did you know, and I'm quite sure maybe the rest of the world did know this, did you know that DC almost sold the rights to Superman, Wonder Woman, Green Lantern, Batman, and many of the other members of the Justice League because they were struggling financially? Do you know what year and to who they were selling it to?
Oh, I feel like it was in the 90s.
1984.
Oh, it's close. Okay.
To Marvel, but Marvel rejected
it. I've heard, different stories along those lines through the time, but yeah, there's no telling. That's crazy.
Yeah. So there's my little trivia about DC and stuff tonight, since DC kind of made the list for the top series and the top series, top issue, top miniseries as well. So
awesome. All right, our hour is up.
Alfred, thank you so much. I think you're an awesome guy. I've loved meeting you. I love talking to you at shows. I do encourage anybody that if you walk by and see this guy at his booth, take a second and talk to him. He's personable. He'll talk to you. Yep. He's got enthusiasm. He's very excited about what he writes. I've taken some glimpse of his writing. It's pretty good. I like it. I asked him to do a story. I've read the story. I like the story. So I think he's definitely a guy you should follow and at least talk to at shows and learn a little bit more about his universe. So thank you, Alfred, very much for being on the show, and thank you for being a gentleman. So
absolutely.
Thank you, Rick, Brad. It was a pleasure. Thank you so much for having me on. I love getting to talk about all this type of stuff. So thank you.
Yeah, absolutely, brother. We will see you at the next con.
Absolutely.
See you. All right, everybody. We wish you the best for the week. Check out Moonblade right now on Kickstarter. Rick, do you want to tell everybody where you're going to be at this weekend?
CreepyCon. I started to say ShutterCon. CreepyCon. I'll be at CreepyCon this weekend, yes.
All right.
So doing a little creepiness, please check me out. Got some surprises that I'll be sharing over the weekend. Probably put that Gasp video up somehow and run it. So, yes, stop by and say hi.
And roll. And we will see you back here next Thursday. Same Resolute time.
You tried to say it.
Blissful hour.
You tried to say it. I like that. Hey, can you add that in the closing credits? Same Bliss time, same Bliss channel. Come on, man.
See if I can talk to our guy.
Talk to our guy.
All right. We're rooting for you all. We will see you next week.
Thank you for joining.